So let's just right away change that to a 6 because I can write apparently. So yesterday we were working with finding what again?
Linear.
Slope and y-intercepts, right? They gave us a slope and a y-intercept and we graphed that, right? So next we'll be moving on to the standard form of linear equations when they're written in search form. And that would be slope-intercept form, and we'll start discussing that. So an equation is in slope-intercept form. Intercept form. Right today. Slope. Intercept. There we go. So if it's in slope-intercept form, it is written as y equals mx plus b. This is just a standard form for it. So m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. So everyone tell me what a y-intercept is again.
The point where x equals 0.
Right.
And y is whatever.
So if we go over here, this is our y-axis, right? Anywhere on here, what's our x value?
0.
0, right? So up here, 0. All the way down here, 0. So let's just quickly, this is our standard form, mx.
That's, we can't call that standard form.
Oh, okay.
Slope intercept.
Slope-intercept form. So if we want to find our y-intercept, what does our x value have to be?
0.
0, right? So let's substitute that in for x right there. So if we just follow our order of operations, we multiply. What's m times 0? 0. And then 0 plus b is? Just b, right? So our x value is 0, and we found y to equal b, so we have ordered pair 0b, right? Now, could we put any number in here for b? Could we put any number? What if b was 1?
Then it y equal 1.
Right. What if I put 2 in there?
Y
What if I put negative 3 in there?
Y
still be negative 3.
Right, so no matter what value is in for b in y or slope intercept form, that will always be our y-intercept. Okay? Then.
What if there is no number there? What if it's the equation y equals 3x, and there's no number being added?
You still put something in for x.
What would you put in for x?
0.
0, okay, so if you did put 0 in for x, you'd have y equals 3 times 0 then. What would that be? 0. So then what is that telling us? That the y-intercept is 0. And why would they leave it off? Why would they not put plus 0?
Because that's 3.
Because it's the same thing. We don't really need to show plus 0. So we have to know that if there's not something being added, it would be what then? 0. What if there's a subtraction, Mr. Conlon? What if it's not addition?
Well, let's put in 2 numbers. So y equals, someone give me a number between 1 and 5.
4.
4x minus, someone give me a number between 1 and 3.
2.
3.
I heard 2 first. So, is this the same as what we have here? Y equals mx plus b?
No, it's a subtraction.
Because it's a subtraction, right? So how could we turn this so there is a addition sign there?
Y equals 4x plus negative 2.
Y equals 4x plus -2. So what Cody just did there is he added the opposite. So now there's an addition sign there. Does it look like the same as this?
Yes.
So there's our y. What's our m?
4.
Slope, 4, and that represents the slope of the line, right? Plus, and what's our b? Right, our y-intercept, so what's the value of it in here?
0, -2.
Right, so our y-intercept is -2. So if we go over here on our graph, 0, -2 is right there. So for that example right there, its y-intercept would be right there. Alright, so for that first example, it says a line has a slope of 3, so slope of 3, and a y-intercept of 6. So, based on that, we have to identify two things. We have to identify our m, which stands for our what?
Slope, which is
Slope, and it says right there it's -3. Then we have to also identify our b, which is our y-intercept. So what would that be?
6.
6, because right there they tell us it is 6, right? So now we identified our m, we identified our b. Now it tells us that we have to write the equation in slope-intercept form. So it's just like this.
So,
y equals -3x plus 6.
So we have our two variables identified. That's our general form for slope-intercept form. So we just substitute in our values. -3 goes where m should be, and then 6 goes where b should be. Okay. Now, you guys try these ones by yourselves.
Are we just putting it in equation and solving it?
Yep. So I'll do the first one with you guys. First things we identify are our m and b, right? So what's our m for this first one?
2/3.
M equals 2/3. Our b is
2.
2. So then we write an equation for it, so it would be y equals what?
2/3 x plus 2.
2/3 x plus 2. So we have our slope, our m, goes right in front of our x, then we have our b, our y-intercept, and it goes at the end of it. So for the next three, you should have your m, your b, and then write an equation from those.
do you want us to solve them?
Nope, just write the equation.
I need to know what you mean by that question, Cody, solve them.
Like get your pair, or like,
Diagonals.
What would you do if you told me, what if Mr. Conlon would have said yes? What would you have done?
well, 2/3, well, if x equals 0, then 2/3 times 0 is 0, so it would be 0, 2, or y equals 0, 2.
So you would be finding the y-intercept? Isn't that what you would be doing?
Yeah?
He was trying to show you in the beginning how YB represents the y-intercept. So that +2 at the end is already telling us what the y-intercept is, Cody. We have nothing to solve here right now.
You're just saying like rewrite it.
Rewrite it how?
Like y equals, like the first one, like rewrite it like y equals the parentheses 0, 2.
Oh, so like for b, y equals 0.
Yeah, we don't want to write what the y-intercept is only. What are we writing here? We're writing the equation of a line that has a slope of 4 and crosses the y-axis at what? What's it cross the y-axis at? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong one. It has a slope of 2/3,
Mm-hmm.
and it crosses the y-axis at 2. So we're writing the equation on the line that represents any point on that line, not just the y-intercept, okay?
All right, so for the second one, it says slope of 0, y-intercept of -5. What's our m?
0.
0. Then Tori, what's our y-intercept for the second one? What's our b value? -5. So then we just substitute in our m and b. So we have 0 in for m plus -5. What does that turn into? What's 0 times x? 0. And then -5.
We have to
So,
show any work.
we
We have to show any work.
just have to show that you've identified what your m and b, you've labeled them, so m equals something, b equals something. Then you just have to write your equation. And you'll also have to graph 8 of your 10 problems, and we'll get to that later in the notes, okay? All right, so y equals -5. What kind of line do you think that is?
A negative slope.
Negative slope. Isn't -5 our y-intercept? Because that's what we found our b to be. Okay, let me ask you this. You said that m is 0, right? So that means 0 slope. What kind of a line has 0 slope? A horizontal line, right? So if we have a horizontal line somewhere on our graph here, and we have the y-intercept at -5, where do you think that line's going to be? So y-intercept is -5, so where's that on a coordinate plane? Down to 0, -5, right? Now we have 0 slope, and I don't remember who, but they said that was a horizontal line, right? So if we are at 0, -5, and we have a horizontal line, what's that gonna look like?
Straight down.
Just straight left and right at -5, right? Okay, so moving on to the next one. What's our m? -3. What's our b? 0. Then we have our equation. What is it?
Y equals -3x plus 0.
Plus 0. Then do we need that plus 0? No, we do not. All right, so what's our y-intercept again? 0. That means it's our line intersects right here at the origin of our coordinate plane. All right, last one, what's our m? What's our slope that they tell us? -4/3. Y-intercept or b value is -1. So we have an equation that says what? 4/3 x plus -1, and you just clean that up. Equals -4/3 x minus 1. All right. So is everyone with me so far? M is your slope. That goes with your x that gets paired right in front of it. You use your y-intercept. So that's where it goes plus then. All right. So, any questions before we move on? Okay.
Julia.
Oh, sorry, Julie.
Are we so supposed to write it with the addition or just with something else?
You can just leave it as subtraction. Yep. The Yep, the addition was just so you understood that even though this has -2 and isn't the same as y equals mx plus b, that this is still the y-intercept, even though it doesn't look exactly the same. Okay. All right, so sometimes you will just be given a slope and a point that is on the line. So just this first example, a line has a slope of 4 and ordered pair 2, 2 is on the line. So first things first, what is our m that they tell us?
4.
No, m is 4. What's our y-intercept?
2,
Why?
because it says ordered pairs 2, 2.
What's our y-intercept?
Q,
What is our x value when we have a y-intercept?
2.
No.
0.
0. Our y-intercept's x value is always 0, right? This y-axis, here our x value is 0. Down here, 0. Anywhere on our y-axis, our x value should be 0, right? So is our x value 0 for this one?
No.
So is that our y-intercept?
No.
No, it's not. So we have to find our y-intercept. So how we go about doing that is we have our slope-intercept form, just the general look of it. We identified our slope, y equals 4x plus b. So we just substitute in our m. Now, the reason why they tell us that ordered pair 2, 2 is on our line is that we can just substitute in our values for x and y. And once we do that, we should be able to find b, right? So if we have ordered pair 2, 2, what's our y value?
2.
2. And 4, what's our x value? 2. So what's the only variable left in that problem?
B.
So should we be able to solve for b?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, no?
Mr. Conlon, I'm gonna suggest that next to m equals 4 up there, have them write the ordered pair on that line next to it.
The y-intercept? Or this one?
No, I'm not saying put an arrow there.
Okay.
I'm just saying, the information that was given to you,
Ah.
m is 4, ordered pair 2, 2, below the x, below the first 2, put an x, below the other 2, put a y, to show where did we get those things that we substituted in.
All right. So 2 is by itself. What's 4 times 2? 8. Plus b. How do we get b by itself?
Subtract.
Subtract.
Subtract 8 from both sides. So, what is 2 minus 8? -6. We just found our b value. And what does our b value represent again? It's the y-intercept. So, we have our m, we have our b. So should we be able to write an equation for it?
Yes.
Yes, we should. So, y equals mx plus b. What's our slope?
4.
4, that's where m goes. What's our b value?
-6.
Yep, still have plus -6. And we just clean it up, right? So what is our final equation that we are left with?
Y equals 0 plus -6.
Where'd you get that 0?
Substituting in for x.
Substitute in what?
0 for x.
Why?
Because
Right. So just this is our second step. We're just trying to write the equation, right? So this is our general form for slope-intercept form. We identified our m, so that's where the 4 comes in. We identified our b right there, so we just substitute that in. So when we have, or when it tells us to write an equation, what two variables should be in our answer? What two variables are up there?
Y and, or
We have y equals 4x minus 6. Our first
Y
variable.
equals 4x plus -6. Should we do plus -6?
Nope, so we're just cleaning it up there. The plus -6 is just so we know that our b value, the whole thing is -6. Then just once we clean it up, plus a -6 turns to -6. Yes, Caleb?
I think I know where we're getting this, 0 B thing, it's from on the board, like that you're back again. That, right there, that's where
Oh,
we're
okay.
getting confused at.
Oh,
Because we think that the final answer is, the 4 times x is 0, and that would be 0, -6.
okay.
Can we just do a rough sketch of this, what this line would look like, class? What would be the behavior of this line? Would it rise or fall from left to right?
It would fall from left to right,
Why,
because if
Cody?
it's 0 to -6, it would be going from left to right.
Okay, so when you have a negative y-intercept, you're saying it falls?
Not unless your slope's positive,
So what is our slope here?
positive,
So what should our line do?
should rise from left to right.
Right, so it should look something like that, right? All right.
Now tell me some points that are on it.
2, 2.
Two's on it.
So
Okay.
2, 2, just a rough sketch.
What's another one?
0, -6.
Put that name by that point.
2, 2.
And 0, -6, Jossie says is on there?
All right, so 0, -6, all right there. So, through which of these points, or which of these points is our y-intercept? 0, -6. So, what's true about all y-intercepts? Their x value is 0 and they all are on the y-axis, right? So, we can draw a straight line. So this represents our y-axis. Does our line just stop there?
No,
No, it keeps going on forever, right? So it goes that way and it keeps going that way. So how many points make up that line?
infinite.
Infinite, not just our 2 points that we identified, right?
Can we do what we did yesterday now? How about yesterday when you had to start, when you were graphing, and you started with the y-intercept, we already have our y-intercept on there, right? How about a rise over run for this one? How could we make more points? Give me a rise over run, that would work.
4 over 1 is your rise, 4 is your rise and 1 is your run.
What direction?
4 up and 1 right.
Go ahead and try and do that, let's make a rough.
All right,
Well,
so.
4 up from them. You're doing them online, so it should work.
Yeah, so go up 4, and then right 1, because this is 0, -6, and then up here. That's not right at all.
Not working, is it?
No, right 1.
So do we think we have the right equation?
Yes, but your 2, 2 is your second one. Because if you go over 1 up 1, you get to 2, 2.
So if we go up 4 and right 1 more time, we should get there.
Could I, Mr. Conlon, do
Sure. Go for it.
the marker?
Yep. All right.
over 2, up 2.
Alright, so even though our rough sketch doesn't show that,
It's because you went up too many. See, you
Oh,
went
right.
from -6 to 2, you couldn't go one whole line.
yep. There we go. So, if I go up 2 lines there, it's really going up 4. And halfway between there, that would be over 1.
No.
Nope,
Okay, sorry.
over too much. Alright, so
You went up 4,
up 4, up 4.
it's really only over one line,
Mm-hmm.
because the scale is going by 4 is right now that we have. So
Oh,
you
okay.
go up 1 from there, you went up 2, you go up 1 and over 1, and there's your,
There we
okay.
go. Alright. So that makes more sense now.
Sorry, I think it ended up confusing you because of how it turned
Mhm.
out, but in reality, we have all kinds of points on this line. They gave us a point, they did not give us the y-intercept, we found the y-intercept. Anybody think they know the ordered pair name of that one that's in between there, that Cody has over here and Mr. Conlon has there, what's that one's ordered pair name?
Negative 2.
1, -2, good job, okay? If we went down from that y-intercept, could we go down 4?
Yes.
Then what direction would we go?
Left.
Left,
1.
1, okay, so can you give me another ordered pair there?
Negative 10. Negative 1.
How about -1, -10? Yeah, so, okay,
Alright. So, just one more practice problem. So it says our slope is -1 and 0.40 is on the line. So what is our m in this situation? -1. M equals -1, and then what other point are we given? 40, that's right. So you guys try that one by yourselves. Alright, so did everyone get +4 for your b value?
Yes.
Yep, so what should our equation be?
Y equals negative 1x plus 4.
-1x plus 4. Everyone agree with Cody? Mm-hmm. Alright, then one more tiny example, if you guys want to open your books to page 269. One more quick thing before I say loose on your assignment. Yep. Alright, so. Everyone got their books open, page 269? We're gonna look at example 2, letter C, that problem there. two of your problems on your homework, you're given a graph, and you'll have to write the equation that goes with it. So, when we're writing equations, what are the two things we have to find? M and B. You have to find M, which is our slope, and B is our. So how do we find slope from a graph?
You rise and
Yep, we do rise over run, so that we're given 2 points. So our first point, 0, 1, how much do we have to rise to get level with our other point?
Zero.
So in example C, how much do we have to rise?
Two.
2
Here 2,
up 2 over 1.
so we go have a rise of
2
2 and a run of how many?
1
1. So what do you think our slope is going to be?
up 2.
So n equals 2. Then, can you see your y-intercept from that graph?
Is
What is it?
0 1.
So we have 0, 1. So our b value is what?
1.
1. So we have our m, we have our b. Can we write an equation from it?
Yes.
What would it be?
Y equals 2x plus 1.
2x plus 1. Everyone agree with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, you guys can work on your homework, and I have a graph handout for it.
And why do you have a graph handout?
Because 8 of your problems, you're gonna have to graph after you write your equation.
But the directions don't tell you to do that, so you need to know you're adding that to the